I speak to Mr. Paul Kumi. He is a constitutional lawyer. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you very much for your time on 505.
Thank you.
So, per this directive, the suspension of the Chief Justice with immediate effect, who is the acting Chief Justice? People were tipping Mr. Gabriel Kwaman. He can't chair the committee and still be acting Chief Justice, can he?
No, I think that the Constitution is the most senior after the Chief Justice. You have to act in that sense. When we look at it, the one who is the most senior happens to be the president. And so I expect that it is that one to act. This is not by way of looking for a new Supreme Court judge. In this case, seniority may be valid, because if you look at it, in the case of Bababani and again within someone, these persons are senior to Gertrude, because that's our Chief Justice, and yet she was named as the Chief Justice. But in the present matter, it is a matter of who is the acting interruption.
Okay.
And with the Constitution is the most senior, who currently is not the. And so it is who will have to act.
Okay, so does he assume the position automatically, or he has to be appointed?
But that's what it's supposed to be. Indeed, I believe that the purpose of administration, it will not be out of place if the Chief Justice should even write an indicate to her that she's being asked to be in suspension, and that in the absence she should act until otherwise directed.
Okay. Now let's look at this suspension matter. A lot of people say, you should have seen this coming, looking at where this is going to. You are a constitutional lawyer. Some people are saying that this is a precedent the president is setting, which is a bad precedent. Is there a bad precedent being set here?
I like that. Precedent and precedent. Now, I do not think that the president is setting any precedents.
Okay.
Whatever the president is doing, he is guided by the Constitution. Indeed, by the suspension, he is certified as per Article 146 to undertake such an action, and he is even expected to do that in consultation with the Council of State. And so I believe that he is acting within the law. I have had the opportunity of listening to Mr. Apollo Martin, who happens to be a senior lawyer. Well, but very time to time that he never speaks, he used to speak as a lawyer, but he speaks as a politician. So at times I understand him. When the youth representatives they have that, the reason being argued for the leader of the Chief Justice are flimsy and all these other things. To the best of the understanding of any Ghanaian, those who currently will know something about the content of the petition will be the petitioners themselves, the Chief Justice who was given the office, the President, and then the Council of State. And so whatever he is saying now will be from the previous. They might be some evaluation. And I will have that with persons of such status as a minority leader. And again, as an accomplished lawyer, you will have to be very careful when he goes into it. Again, when you are calling on the judges and the Ghanaian Association to rise and do what is it that they want the Ghanaian Association to do? This is not an issue against the judiciary as an institution. This is an allegation that has been brought personally, and the operative word here is this, personally against the Chief Justice A certain lady by name Justice Alaba Torkornoo. It is that individual who is on ice. And again, under the audio pattern, listen to the other side. She's going to give the opportunity to take her side. And I don't think that persons who are going to sit on this mountain are going to be so petty and for their hard work people decide that because a certain group of people will want certain things to be done, they will just blindly come to those people's things and do those things. I do not think so. So I think that it is also better we do not do things or make pronouncements which will also go to undermine the presidency. And that is why I get a bit worried when I see a person close to the presidency making comments on this Chief Justice's removal. Somebody happens to be, a deputy prosecution officer who has no access to any document from the main presidency or from the Council of State or even from the Chief Justice. And we hear you making comments. I do not think these things are good enough. And so the communicators of the NBC, why we more or less think that some of the statements and utterances being made by the NPP cannot be seen to be professional. They are the government and they must be very careful. They do not in any way criticize this particular issue. I personally do not see this as a partisan related issue. This is a petition that has been made. I'm sure the petition is going to be looked at on its own merits. If there is any merit found in it, so be it. If no merit is found, Our Lady will come back, take up a petition, and then go ahead. So we should be very careful. We don't make statements which will make things a bit tough in the event she comes back to the position. And so that is at least the little advice I will give to those who are making some of these public out and these very immature statements. Okay. What's going to that is where it's happening.
The question of the independence of the judiciary vis-a-vis political power is at play here, because already we know that there's an application before the Supreme Court which is supposed to be determined by May 6 by the Member of Parliament for Old Tafoe Vincent Asefua, and that petition is seeking to stay the hand of the President from proceeding further with this. This is not yet determined, and here's the case: the President has gone on to suspend the Chief Justice and set up a 5-member committee to go into this development. So, for instance, we don't know what the court ruling is going to be on May 6. What if they grant that interim injunction? Are we coming back to the process? Does it negate the suspension of the Chief Justice, or will it give room for the counsel for both sides to also file fresh petitions and injunctions? What does it say about the judicial independence and the powers of the President, or political powers?
Okay. Now, when we look at the ruling of Akuffo, he is asking that copies of the petition be given the Chief Justice, a comment be there too, and then those comments of those factored in by the Council of State in making the condition of a prima facie case against her, and then if there is a need for the committee to be set up for that to be done. You agree with me that the Chief Justice has been furnished with the petition. She has proceeded to state her version of it, return to the presidency. You realize that having done this, it has more or less made the application for the process before the Supreme Court move. Because what you wanted to be done to the Chief Justice has been done. So why do you think it will stop? Because you see, let her know what the contents are so that she will read the comments. And when the comments are made, you cannot proceed to make a decision as to whether or not there is a prima facie matter established. But you see, there are certain things that we are even doing. When you read the Constitution has been clear. Where it involves justices of the superior courts, it is there that the Chief Justice will have to establish a prima facie case against the person against whom the allegation has been made. Is that clear?
Yes.
But when it comes to the issue of the Chief Justice, there is no such provision made in respect of establishing any prima facie matter. That particular requirement is significantly left out in the case of the Chief Justice. Right? That omission will have been done. It was not a mere omission. The fact that they did not bring that aspect of the prima facie case to establish against the Chief Justice before they can proceed to set up the committee and all those things, that was not a mere omission. It was made on purpose, right? But of course, in the adjacent case, the Supreme Court now said that to the extent that the Chief Justice also happens to be a superior court judge, whatever it is, that superior court judges are entitled to, she should also be entitled to. I disagree with them, because as I said, the omission will have been done on purpose, right? But that notwithstanding, I'm saying that because what they were requiring the presidency to do before they can set up the committee to sit on the matter, I think that has been done by the presidency. And so that particular matter before the court is moot.
Okay. So we'll wait for that ruling. Now, the committee has been set up. They are going to begin going into details of the three petitions. As it stands now, the president, members of the Council of State, the suspended Chief Justice, and maybe now the 5-member committee are those who are privy to the details of this petition. And of course, those who wrote the petition. We don't know the details of the petition. And I'm not sure this sitting is going to be made public. But will Ghanaians have the privilege or opportunity to know what the details of these petitions are? And if the committee comes out to say there's no prima facie case, or there's a prima facie case, and based on their outcome or recommendation, the Chief Justice should be removed, will we have that opportunity to know exactly what the Chief Justice did for future reference?
Well, let me put it this way. The Council of State has some numbers in the petition that was made. I am not going to decide whether it is prima facie or not. I have my own problem with the way people are handling the issue of prima facie. But I will say in simple terms that the Council of State has found merit in the petitions that were made against the Chief Justice. And this particular committee that has been set up. So we have called them this and respected the prima facie or whatever it is. What is now going to happen is that there is going to be a hearing. The petitioners will appear before the committee. They will restate their issues. There will be counsel for the petitioners. There will be counsel for the Chief Justice. It is going to be almost like the way we do other things in courts. Everybody will have his day. At the end of it, the committee will then come to a conclusion as to whether or not a case has been made against the Chief Justice to warrant the removal. But I can assure you again, whatever is going to be done is going to be done in summary. But after this happens and the verdict is given, Ghanaians will be given the opportunity to be given the details of the petition, what actually transpired at the hearing, and what led to the conclusions that were made, which either concern the petitions that were made and for which reason the Chief Justice was in the door, or that there were no merits in the petitions as made by the petitioners, and for which reason the Chief Justice was given back the job. That one, I can assure you, it will be late. Indeed, the earlier one that was done by Professor Asari, that's the question. You recall that the presidency came out with a release that said detailing the issues that were raised by Professor Akuffo and the basis upon which the presidency found no merit in his petition and for which we dismissed it.
Well, lawyer, very grateful for your time this evening for the education. That's a constitutional lawyer, Paul Kumi. We have